Another underrated game, and especially after this past week, Kansas, ranked in the top 25, goes to Champaign to take on Illinois. Altmaier had a great game last week. I thought Illinois' defense really showed up. Kansas splattered them last year, 31-13, and it wasn't that close. Can Illinois keep this close? Can they even win? Kansas is 6-point favorite.
I'm just noticing that's a half hour before our game with Colorado. I really wanted to watch that one. Maybe I'll catch the first half hour of it. I think Kansas wins this one. I think they're just further along as a program. Maybe some of this is because Illinois wasn't very good last year. Yeah. We caught them at a time that they were really, they kind of bounced back and won 3 out of 4 after we played them. Thankfully for Nebraska, who also wasn't very good last year, we caught them at just the right time, but still they weren't very good. So I think they're probably better this year. I'm kind of curious, Bielema's first couple of years almost felt better than what he's done recently. Yeah. So I'm kind of curious, like if that's just who they're going to be, or if they can take a step forward this year. But I think regardless, they're probably a 6-6 to a 7-5 team, or maybe a 5-7 to a 7-5 team. Illinois is, whereas I think Kansas has the trajectory has been in the right direction for however long it's been, 2 or 3 years. And I think I just think they're going to win by 10 to 14 points.
Yeah. I really want to pick Illinois. I really want to pick Illinois. And I think there's a pathway for Illinois to win. But I think Illinois is going to have to level up to do it. And I agree with everything you're saying, TJ. I just think Kansas is a step or two ahead. And even though it's at Illinois, I just think it's gonna be a little too tough, particularly with the explosiveness in the running game. Like Devin Neal combined with Daniels at quarterback. I think Daniels is a little loose with the ball, throwing the ball at times. Yeah. Like he throws a lot of interceptions. So that's one way Illinois can stay in this game. I think another is if Altmaier, who I think is underrated as a QB, like if he has a really good game against that defense, I think there's a pathway. I just think Kansas is probably going to make 1 or 2 more plays than Illinois will. I've got it close. I actually think it's going to be a field goal game. I've got 34-31. Kansas win this game. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it's 34-24 and then Illinois scores to make it closer.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I think it's going to be a duel. I do believe in Altmaier. I think he's better than people think he is. And I just think Kansas is just I agree with you. I think they're a hair better.
I really like Lance Leipold too. And I think he's done a great job at Kansas. It's hard to, history has shown it's hard to win there. Yeah. And I think he's building something there. So anyway.
Yeah, agreed. I think you're right. You're right on there.